It's the final stretch of our Virgin Voyages Transatlantic, the last sea days before Miami, and we're taking you behind the scenes of it all. The wild parties, the wild weather, and how Virgin absolutely goes all out with a bang. From a massive sailing celebration on the pool deck to the not so glamorous reality of getting thousands of people off the ship. And don't go anywhere, we're revealing our final Cruise Quest winners and handing out the prizes. Let's get started. There's something about a long stretch of sea days that just changes your rhythm completely. By the time you're 6 days into 8 in a row, well, you just stop checking the time. With nothing but ocean in every direction, you really don't have a choice but to slow down. And honestly, that's the magic of a transatlantic cruise. We spend hours in the sun, reading, snoozing, walking laps around the deck, and even hitting the gym just to feel productive. But mostly, this stretch of days is about unwinding in a way you just can't do on a busy port-intensive itinerary.
So this is the Resilient Lady in the evening. As you can see, funky lights. And they do a lot of their cleaning and putting things away. There's no deck party or anything this evening, unfortunately. Too bad this wasn't last night. It's beautiful up here right now. Bar's still open, pool's still open, but a lot of people are getting ready for dinner. So one of the tips, if you really want to hang out in a hot tub, or the pool, is just wait till everyone kind of goes for dinner. It's usually cooler up on the top deck then. Obviously less crowded. Wind is usually down. Bar's open still. The galley is open in the evening for anyone who doesn't want to go to any of the restaurants. You can come up here, do self-serve, sit at the table and have someone come to you, just raise a little flag on your menu. And lots of people prefer this. Don't want to have to get dressed up or don't feel like sitting at a table. Don't want to take time out of their evening. So it's entirely up to you. The menu does change for some of it. So for instance, the evening meal at Donner and Dash is different than there was for lunch. But the other ones are standard, and this one is 24 hours. The other menus are standard, so you know what you're getting. Lots of good desserts. And then people come through here to go to Gum Bay. So there you go.
And tonight our evening starts the way it usually does. A pre-dinner drink, live music, and just easing into the night. One of the best parts of a 14-night cruise is getting to revisit your favorite spots more than once. And for us, Extra Virgin quickly became that place. Fresh pasta, incredible flavors, and a vibe that just feels warm and inviting. Coming back here felt like returning to a favorite neighborhood restaurant. When they announced the second showing of Lola's Library in the Manor, well, we didn't hesitate. It was just as good the second time. Good morning from Resilient Lady. It's about 6:30 in the morning. I don't know how many sea days we've had now. We're getting towards the end of the trip. But we've got a beautiful sunrise over the aft of the ship. By this point in our crossing, mornings have settled into a comfortable routine. Breakfast here in the galley, something quick or something indulgent, and then over to the grounds club for a proper specialty coffee. Sea days give you time to savor the simple things, like not rushing your morning. Before the cruise, we joined a Facebook group, and one of the members organized a slot pool. And we jumped at the chance to join the fun. If you've never done one, everyone chips in the same amount of money, and then you take turns pulling the same slot machine. Whatever pays out at the end gets split evenly, whether that's a win or a loss. We had some lucky pulls in our group, and when it was all said and done, everyone won a few bucks. Not bad for a rainy sea day. And when the weather keeps you indoors, well, you make your own fun. A couple of drinks, an hour in the groupie, and suddenly everyone thinks they're a headliner. Some voices are strong, some have enthusiasm, and a few have some serious stage presence. Virgin really is great at entertainment, and they keep it going all day long, even in the afternoons. We stopped in to see a comedy show, and this one was a hit like everything else.
Just showing off, Richard. Just showing off. Did I tell you about the time I lost my last egg?
Tonight it's time for We Fancy. This isn't just a little dress-up, it's Virgin's playful, over-the-top glam night. Think sparkle, sequins, bold outfits, confidence, and leaning fully into the vibe. It's one of those evenings where the whole ship seems to commit to the theme. They even set up bejeweling stations around the ship, so if you wanted to add a little extra sparkle to your outfit, you absolutely can. Walking into the Manor tonight is an experience all on its own. The entertainment crew lines the entrance, flanking both sides, and they dance guests into the party like you're arriving at a red carpet event. People love it, fully embracing their moment as fancy folks being welcomed into the night. It's another great party at sea. Whatever you think about Virgin Voyages, one thing is undeniable. They know how to create an atmosphere. If there's one thing transatlantic crossings are known for, well, it's unpredictable weather. We see rain, heavy skies, and some motion along the way, all part of an open ocean going experience. Once again this morning we grabbed breakfast in the galley, but we do find a quiet ocean view table inside Gun Bay, and it's a great peaceful start before the final celebration begins. Sometimes the last day of a cruise feels a little somber, but not here. Just like Sail Away, Virgin throws a full-on sail-in party. Free bubbly, loud music, a packed pool deck, and no one wants to miss it. And yes, the Shake for Champagne feature on the app is real. Open your app, tap the button, shake your phone, and bubbly arrives wherever you're standing. After more than 20 years of cruising, we have to say this honestly feels like one of our favorite final days on board ever. Music, dancing, singing, and our entire group soaking up every last second together. For our final dinner at sea, we head back to our favorite, Extra Virgin, and we wrap up 14 days with great food and even better company. And of course, it's time to reveal the final Cruise Quest results.
It's our last night on board Resilient Lady. The results are finally in for the Cruise Quest. All the activities, the points have been tallied. For our newcomers coming to the group, we had 1,070 points each. Paul had the benefit. Paul had 1,080. Wendy had 1,070. Paul, because he was on the winning team for the bar crawl. So, honorable mentions there. Congratulations. Melanie, who slept most of the 2 weeks. She got 1,100 points, but she still did well. Murder Mystery was one of her highlights along the way. So, and then I gotta look at this. I need my glasses. Oh, there we go. Let's see what I got written here. Because I did do 14 days worth of points. 14 days worth of points. And my computer conked out on day 4. I had a spreadsheet done on it, right? But my computer broke, so oh, these glasses are perfect. So, 1,110 points. Jeanette, great showing. 1,100. She bar crawl, karaoke, and she made it to the Scarlet Night dance party. Extra points for those. But now we're going to get into our honorable mention here. 1,140 points, and we do have some prizes. So 4th place in the Cruise Quest this year were 1,140 points. 120's winner. Did most of the daily activities, but she did miss the Scarlet Night party and a few others. Deb. At 1,150 points with daily activities, a surprising karaoke finish, murder mystery participation, Pathfinder Paula. Hey! She didn't miss many events, so. Hey! Resilient Lady. There we go.
It's you, Paula.
And it came down. It was extraordinarily close. 10 points separated second place and first place. It was extraordinarily close. So our overall, we had one with 1,160 points, one with 1,170 points. But because of the neck and neck daytime activities, first place goes to Sean. You get to choose. And second place, 1,160, goes to KP because of KP Karaoke. Hey!
So thank you all for supporting Dockside Travel.
There we go, yeah.
Seeing luggage lined up in the hallway is always a sign you don't want to see. The end is near. We arrive in Miami sometime throughout the night, closer to the wee hours of the morning, and we get to see some of the other ships arriving, including the Celebrity Beyond.
Good morning from Miami.
Behind us.
The adventure is finally over.
All good things must end.
They are.
It's okay. We're going home.
Long travel day today ahead of us.
We'll
Couple
see if we're
flights.
smiling at the end of the travel.
Snowstorm advisory in Montreal, so we'll see if we make it and get our connecting flights.
That's
And
okay.
there was snow at home a couple days ago, so.
But we'll be back.
And we'll be back in Miami in about 100 days.
We've had a great time.
We had a great time.
Disembarkation in Miami is long, and this is where we gotta be honest. Virgin still struggles with moving large numbers of people on and off the ship efficiently. In fact, they're just not good at it. The lines are excessive, the process feels slow, and this isn't a one-off issue. After such a fantastic sailing, it's frustrating that this remains a weak spot. The final impression matters, and when the lines stretch this long, it can overshadow so many things they do incredibly well. And it's an area they need to fix, plain and simple. And just like that, 14 nights at sea come to an end. From Barcelona to Miami, through 8 sea days at the end, through rain, red sky sunrises, theme parties, slot pools, karaoke, sail-ins, and some of the best dining we've ever had at sea. Transatlantic crossings aren't for everyone. They require patience, flexibility, and a willingness to slow down. But if you're someone who loves sea days and who loves the rhythm of the ocean, and who enjoys the journey just as much as the destination, this kind of sailing is something special. We're incredibly grateful to everyone who followed us along this entire series. If you watched from day one in Barcelona all the way to here, thank you. Truly. If you enjoy this series, it really helps if you hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and leave us a comment below. It might seem small, but leaving that comment makes a big difference for creators like us. And we're not done yet. Next up, we share our full, honest review of Virgin Voyages. What they absolutely nail, where they still need work, and whether we'd sail on them again or do a transatlantic again. Until next time, thanks for watching.